You know, Pooh, good to see you.
Thanks for tuning into S. Baker Media Group TV. I am your host, Meccaglobal. I'm sitting here with the R&B sensation.
Tyler Woods right here. It's an honor to be here.
He's actually on that first single off the Styles P project, That Street Life. First of all, let the people know, give a background on yourself. Where are you originally from?
I'm from North Carolina. I was raised in North Carolina. I was actually born in Atlantic City. You know what I'm saying? Which is still considered
Jersey.
Yeah,
that's Pleasantville.
Right, Pleasantville. Just South Jersey. You know
what I'm saying? By the boardwalk.
By the water. You know,
they still got the ocean one.
They still got the boardwalk and all that. So it's a little bit smaller now, if I can remember correctly. But yeah, so I basically was raised. You know, I went down to North Carolina years old. So you know, technically, like I'm a North Carolina. I'm a country boy at heart and everything. So. Yeah, that's pretty much where I'm from. Raleigh, North Carolina is where I reside right now.
Let the people know where they come from, what other projects you work on, who you work on now.
Okay, yeah, I did a joint with Buckshot called Hold It Down, which was pretty good. You know, it had a real good viral buzz, and you know, respect to the ones that did it before us. Buckshot, and I did a joint called Gotcha with Camp Low. It was a real big record down in the Southeast region. A record with Ninth One there called Only Knew. You know, with Styles P and Ghost, and then I did a joint called Mystique with Tyler Quali as well. So
some great lyrical.
Right. Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. You know, I grew up on hip hop too a lot, like a lot of the hip hop artists today. You know what I'm saying? I just so happen to sing and play instruments, but like I grew up like with the same influences, the Bigs and you know what I'm saying? Hip hop wise, you know what I'm saying? You know, like Big. You know, Jay, the Locks, you know, a lot of the up north cats. You know, when you know hip hop, you know, originated and everything. You know, I was listening to the same thing. Buckshot too, you know, Duck Down, all that, and of course Outkast. I can't forget my Southern brother. And then you know, as far as R&B is concerned, the Marvins, the Curtis Mayfields. You know, right, the legends. I mean, it's like a lot of the cats that I really admire are the ones that's already dead, gone, unfortunately. D'Angelo, you know, Bilal, David Hollister, of course, Drew Hill and Jodeci, you know, a lot of my personal favorites. They taught me how to, you know, bring out my ability. I come from the church, so I would say the difference between me and a lot of other artists is the natural talent. You know, that church training is something else. You know, it's a soul. You know, everything that I do, pretty much, no matter whether it's a dance track or whatever, you know, it's sincere. You know, it's real. It's authentic. So I would think, you know, I like to stay in the middle of that, you know, the realm of that. So I would say the thing that differentiates me to other artists would be my authenticity.
Yeah. That's right. How did you and Styles P meet up for this track off his new project, That Street Life?
That Street Life. Well, our manager, we had the same management, Chrissy Clifford, Austin Entertainment. Really good management. I was blessed to be able to hook up with them, and I was fortunate enough to be around, you know, when Styles was writing his book called Invincible, and you know, and he gave me a shot. So let me see what you can do. So, you know, I did it, and thank God, you know what I'm saying, as soon as we hooked up, the rapport was, you know, incredible. So we had a good rapport, so we just started doing more stuff. And I'm here, you know, you're not here forever. So whatever you're gonna do, you're gonna go and do it, or sit there, you know, and pick another profession or something, you know, or try to get in the office, or, you know, or something, you know, around music, so you can get whatever it is that you're trying to reach, whatever goal you're trying to reach. But you know, first and foremost, you gotta have faith. You gotta believe in something, and then two, you gotta have talent. You know, because that's your longevity. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know how to play an instrument or anything that ups your value, by any means, do that or work on it. You know, perfect your craft at all times, no matter what you do. But as far as musicians and artists and everything, you just gotta stay steadfast on your goals. You know what I'm saying?
What would Mr. Tyler Woods be doing if you want to do music?
Sports. I'd definitely be playing ball or something. Yeah, well, football actually. I got a scholarship to go play ball in a Southern University now, and you know, music was calling me. You know what I'm saying? My father was a band director. Been a band director since I was real little. I call him my own Joe Jackson. because he really was, you know what I'm saying? he was really on us, like, you know, yo, learn this, and you know, and you know, it holds you to teach you a lot of things in the future. So I always ran away from it, you know. I was like, I don't want to play this, I don't want to do that. You know, I was a rebellious type of kid and everything, and then it called me. It was just like, okay, this is really the only thing that you can do and be able to compete and do great if you work hard enough at it, you know. So yeah, I'd probably be playing ball somewhere while I went to school, you know what I mean? Got a degree or something in sports medicine or something. I would say for all the young people, you know what I'm saying, I like to think I'm still young myself. You know what I mean? Like
no, you know what I'm saying.
I'm just joking. I would definitely say, you know, don't believe everything, you know, you see. You know what I'm saying? You know, make a difference, you know what I'm saying? Make the difference, you know, in whatever you do, you know, and know that, you know, there were people that came here before you that did what you're trying to do or aspiring to do. And, you know, you got to pay homage, you got to pay your dues, you got to pay all of that if you plan to do anything, you know what I mean? So I want to throw that Invincible, the book Invincible is going to be out, that Styles project. Also, that Street Life, the Dom Dub mixtape. Also, I'm working on some stuff with Knife Wonder, you know, like another mixtape and some other features and stuff like that. And I'm also trying to submit, you know, projects to some R&B artists and hooks, and you know what I mean.
What other producers would you like to work with? That's out other than Knife Wonder. That's a talented. Shout out to Knife Wonder.
Yeah, definitely.
Shout out to Knife Wonder.
That's
what
my
other
new
producers?
Jamila Records. Well, I'm fortunate enough also to work with Pete Rob and DJ Premier, Knife Wonder, of course. Rich Harrison, you know, was a long time ago we hooked up, and right before the A. Marie project, you know, he was doing some stuff. I'm looking to hook up with him again. Chink Santana, I think he's working with, I think Jim Jones or somebody or whatever is producing. A couple of cats like that who I had relationships with before, but the timing was so crazy. And then a couple of artists in Europe, because I spent a lot of time in Europe as well. So, you know, just working around, just trying to, you know, put my hands in everything I can to see what stick, you know.
Shout out to DJ Premier and rest in peace to Guru. I want to
Definitely.
ask you a question about that. Is there anything that you want to speak on about Guru, like his influence in this game?
I want to say, actually the day, I think he passed on the 19th or whatever. I came here on 420, shot 420. I digress.
Everybody.
I digress. When I came here, I saw the tweet, you know, that he had passed or whatever. I heard that he had passed the 19th, but I wasn't sure. I thought it was just hearsay. I got here, and they were going in on 97.
Yeah. Mr. C was going
Right, and I was just like, you know, I was like, radio should be like this every
all the
day,
time, not when
all
we
the
lose,
time, not when we lose people. But a wise man said that, you know, you get your best promotion when you're dead. That ain't right.
That's not right.
You know, we don't take care of our heroes, our hip hop heroes, or our artists. Period. Like we don't hold them up like country or whatever genre of music. You know what I'm saying? We don't
Like
hold
rock
them
and
up.
roll,
Yeah.
R&B, jazz. Yeah, we have the legends like Sammy Davis,
Right, you know.
all of
You don't hold them up, you know, and I gotta say definitely for Guru, God bless him and his family. He did a great thing for hip hop, as many others, you know what I'm saying. And it's another brother that we lost. It's another brother that just passed. I can't recall him now. He didn't. I don't think anybody's talking about MC Breed.
Yeah.
Nobody even talking about. Guru was, you know, bless him, his family, and everybody, and yeah, I mean, hopefully, you know, it'll be an example of how, you know what I'm saying. Hopefully, radio, somebody can grow up here and be like, you know, hey, let's switch it up a little bit. You know what I mean? Just because most of the DJs and the people that are out there right now, they are that same age as Gangstar and Guru. And
We are
everybody.
that generation.
Right. So
We are that generation.
like Russell said, be the difference, make the difference.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm on Twitter, Twitter / Tyler Woods. MySpace is Tyler Woods Music. Facebook is also Tyler Woods Music. I have a website, TylerWoodsMusic.com. Osti Entertainment is my management. You know, Come check me out, man.
Thank you for tuning into SBK Media Group TV. This is Tyler Woods. Make sure y'all check for everything this young man is doing. Talented, and you can catch him on Styles P, That Street Life, that first single.
Yeah.